Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. We get set for race number 2 here coming up. And we are just getting everything sorted out right now. So qualifying, I'm already seeing a couple of groups for qualifying. You see Anthony Lepresto, 17.797. Casey Graves, second quick with a 17.834. Brad Spindle, third quick with an 18.080. Taylor Howe with an 18.115. Alan Smell with an 18.155. Tyler Henson with an 18.311. So on the racetrack, here's the 22 of Jason Nygaard, 18.352. Stephen Hill with an 18.079. And Jason Brown, 17.904. Lap number 2 for Nygaard. Can he go quicker than 18.352? We'll keep an eye on Stephen Hill as well. Stephen Hill up to position number 3. Jason Brown, 17.807. Second quick for Brownie. Stephen Hill jumps to position number 4. And we had Jason Nygaard in the 22 with an 18.352. So next couple of cars to roll onto the racetrack. In the number 93, it's going to be Chris Roberts. Behind him in the 023, it'll be Kyle Scott. So the second last group of qualifying, in fact, of only, I believe there's only 13 drivers here to contest the second race of the penultimate round of the series, round number 11. Can Jason Brown, can he double up? Will he go back to back? Roberts' first time is 18.181. Kyle Scott in the 023. No time for the driver of that machine. Roberts, can he go quicker than an 18.181? He does. 18.093. Kyle Scott, 18.001, position number 5. And our last group to go out there and qualify. In car number 97, in the factory cane, Gerb Records, it's Matthew Henninger. And in car number 53, it's going to be Tom Prakash. So these are your final 2 drivers for qualifying. And as it stands, Anthony Lepresto in car 57 with a 17.797 takes the top honours at the moment. Tom Prakash, no time, crashing on the front straight away. Matthew Henninger. First lap time is going to be 11th quick. Make that 12th quick, in fact. An 18.3 something. Could even be an 18.4. We'll see if he will improve and elevate himself into the top 10. He does not. So that will conclude qualifying. 0.010. What's the time splitting your top 2 drivers? Just under half a tenth between our top 5. Top 4, I should say. And 53 of Tom Prakash will grab one last chance to lay down lap time around the Williams Grove Speedway. The third last race in total in the series. 2 races being run every week. Next week is the grand finale before they take a couple of weeks off. And we'll come back for the season opener for the ASCS 360s and also the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. Tom Prakash getting one lap at the end there, and he times in position number 13. So that will do qualifying done and dusted. So now we wait for the officials and all the drivers to make their final setup adjustments before they get set for the main event. So all 13 drivers separated by less than 7/10 of a second. But as it stands and as it finishes, Anthony Lopresto will be your quick timer in race number 2 for qualifying. That's qualifying finished. Just wait for the timer just to run down its final few seconds. And then we're going to get set for our second of the 30 lappers tonight. Hopefully it runs a little bit smoother than race number 1. So it was halted by a couple of yellows nonetheless, but we'll go through your starting grid. Car number 57, Anthony Lopresto, starts on the pole till he's outside the number 2 of Jason Brown. At a position 3, the 79 of Casey Graves line up alongside the 127 of Stephen Hill. Inside, row number 3, car number 023 of Kyle Scott lining up at a position 5. To his outside, the 5 of Brad Speidel starts at a position 6. At a position 7, the 93 of Chris Roberts lining up alongside the 29 of Taylor Howe. At a position 9, the 73 of Alan Samel lines up alongside teammate of the 21 of Tyler Henselman. 22, Jason Nygaard lines up at a position number 11 to his outside the 97 of Matthew Henninger. And the 53 of Tom Prakash. We'll start at a position number 13. Need our dirt vision camera, so sorry for the delay there, but we are getting set. Presto and Brown, your front row, certainly a couple of seasoned veterans, that's for sure, when it comes to racing sprint cars. Even go back to the old, I shouldn't say old because it was only last year, but the R Factor days where those guys certainly ran against one another several times. So, driver's already been told the one to green next time by, they will get the green flag. As soon as the green flag drops, the BS stops. And they will be racing 13 cars, race number 2. Lopresto, Brown, Graves, Hill, Scott, Speidel, Roberts, I believe Howe, Samel, Henselman, Nygaard, Henninger, and Prakash. 13 cars in this one. We are underway. And it is Anthony Lopresto with a great launch. Brown rides in second. Graves up top in position number 3. Kyle Scott moves up to position number 4. Moving Stephen Hill back to position 5 as they run the top side of the racetrack. Still a fair bit of moisture in this racetrack at the moment. Let's look at this battle right now. Speidel thinking about making it 3 wide and trying to split the cars. Look at that great shot as they come off turn number 2. An awesome battle. Samel up top. Oh, Howe gets out of shape. Nygaard gets into the back of him. The 22 is around. And there's our first caution of the night. Jason Nygaard, unfortunately, just tags the left rear of Taylor Howe and sends that number 22 machine around. And that'll bring the pace truck out for the first time in race number 2. So, seen quite a few cautions in the race end. Under caution, normally it doesn't happen. We just add 3 laps to the length of the feature event. So you'll see the white flag come at lap 33 for these guys. Checkers are out. We'll be out on lap 33 of this one, so at this stage there's still going to be 28 or 29 to run. But it is that Colby's Eye Paints UWU Motorsports. I believe they've got Next Gen as a sponsor, the UWU Motorsports guys, Chris Brenner and the team, Brad Speidel as well. Lights are out. Well, Presto will lead. So Kyle Scott made his way up to position number 3. Taking that over from Casey Graves. We're seeing Graves have a really fast car in that last race. He gets set to go back to green flag. So 28 to run. Lepresto leads. We hopefully can get some green flag laps in the books here. Kyle Scott looks to the inside of Jason Brown. Brown uses that top side momentum to clear away from the 0.23. Meanwhile, Kyle Scott going to continue to work that bottom side of the racetrack in. Casey Graves struggling a bit right now, as here comes Roberts. Roberts, the gutter rat, loves the low side of a racetrack. That number 93 on the screen right now. Championship leader as well coming into tonight. Stephen Hill, wow, he is way up top right now. As he's going to battle there with Brad Speidel. Matthew Henninger, seen in the background there. Coming off turn 4, got into the wall. Thankfully able to keep it going. Who is that smoking? Jason Nygaard. On the back straight away. I just see Brad Speidel in pit lane. No, I've seen Matthew Henninger in pit road. So Robertson Graves are side by side. This is your battle for 4th and 5th at the moment. Graves on the top side. Roberts through the middle in 1 and 2. 22 to run as they come past the flag stand. This time by Anthony Lepresto. Got a good lead from Jason Brown. Kyle Scott rounding at your top 3. And now that's 79. It starts to burn off that fuel. It starts to get lighter. It starts to get quicker. And the driver inside of that cockpit starts to get up on the wheel just a little bit more. Meanwhile, behind him is Roberts and Stephen Hill. Hill in that 127 starting to make a claim for a top 5 as well. So, very spread out field right now. You're watching the 57, your race leader Anthony Lepresto get around the Williams Grove Speedway. You can see just to the right of screen, in fact now to the left of screen as they come off turn number 4. That's positions 1 and 2 at the moment. The guy behind him is in third as well. That is Kyle Scott. And at the moment, with just a shorter field, there's not a lot of side-by-side races. So we'll have to go searching for this one. Oh, Roberts missing a front wing, so we missed that one. Meanwhile, here comes Spartle to challenge Roberts for that position. They make their way down the front straight away into 1 and 2. And now Spartle going to get clear of the 93 of Chris Roberts. He just needs to finish and gain some more points over Tyler Henselman and Alan Samel. Now the admins here at the Dirty Old Bastards, but they also are teammates as well. Speaking of Alan Samel, in that 73, there he is in the yellow framed. Tyler Henselman in that red frame, in the red chassis, and Chris Roberts in the white frame chassis. Tom Prakash on screen. Should be 9th spot, make that 10th, sorry. Lepresto continues to lead and should pick up a comfortable victory here. And it should be 12 to run. That's Jason Brown in position number 2, position 3. In that 023 of Kyle Scott. Sure, Mike's working. Yeah, Mike's working. We're all good. So, Presto clearing away from the rest of the field. Brown doing the best he can at the moment, as is Kyle Scott in that Weikert's Livestock 023. Graves occupies 4th, Stephen Hill in 5th. And here comes Spartle and Roberts. Now, here's a battle that we wanted to see. We didn't get to see it earlier on, but now. Oh! Chris Roberts holds his line. Spartle actually a little bit loose coming down the main straightaway, and his left front caught the right rear of Roberts. And now Roberts, he may be missing a front wing, but let me tell you, that number 93 looks fairly glued on the bottom. It looks super fast. I think we're coming up to 5 to run. So we've just completed the 26th lap. I think next time by will be 5 to run.
5 to go.
There it is, 5 laps to go for your race leader. Roberts goes back to the inside on Stephen Hill. And he makes that pass. Now he throws a big slider into turn number 1 and 2. Hill comes back underneath and throws a slider on Roberts, and Roberts back to the inside. So 4 to run, make that 3 to run as the drivers are sitting under pacing right now.
Calm it down, dude. Calm it down.
So an interesting late caution.
Steve and Brad, that was some great.
97, Matthew Henninger. Oh, it's the race leader. Let's have a look and see what happened. This is a replay. Your race leader. He's out of fuel. My guess is he's out of fuel. And just confirming that there was correct. He actually run out of fuel. So how about that? The 023 of Kyle Scott inherits the race lead. White flag number 36. So lap 35 on the ticker up the top. So this gets interesting right now in the G-Souls White Tails. Self-made 023. Pace Performance on the side. And the Wildcats Livestock Inc. Lights are out. So we have got a couple of lap shootout. Scott, can he hang on? Ken Brown, can he double down? Will Graves get the win?
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out, and that's Sando's Pace Performance 023. Dives into 1 and 2. Brown on the top side of the racetrack now. Down the back straight away. Low side for Scott. Top side for Brown. Brownie going up top for the race lead. It'll be 2 to go this time, boys. They come into turn 3 and 4. 2 to run. Brownie tags the wall. Graves has fallen back. And that's given Chris Roberts a third place podium right now. Wow, Kyle Scott. He is super fast on the bottom right now. Brownie not going to give up though into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is out. Can Kyle Scott, can he hang on? Half a mile to run. 4 more corners. Brown on top of the racetrack into turn 1 and 2. Gets the run, tags the wall down the back straight away into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Race number 2 will go to the 023 of Kyle Scott. Second will go to Jason Brown. Third is going to be Chris Roberts. Fourth, as we can bring up the finishing results, we'll go to Casey Graves. Brad Speidel in 5th. Stephen Hill 6th. Alan Samel 7th. Tom Prakash, Tyler Henselman, Anthony Lepresto, who actually out of fuel. Matthew Henninger, Jason Nygaard, and Taylor Howe. As we gonna have a chat with our third place finisher, missing the front wing on his race car. I'm assuming he tagged the inside wall, the 93 of Chris Roberts. Chris, congratulations on a third place.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. That was definitely a good little tricky racetrack, much better than race 1. But yeah, I did lose the front wing. I got in there too shallow going into 3 and clipped them tires, and it knocked the front wing off, spun me around, did a 360, and only lost 1 spot and kept going.
Well, I guess you got to consider yourself fairly lucky then to, to hit those tyres and do a 360. Not only not to bring out a caution, but to keep the car going and only lose a spot. That's a pretty handy trick to have in the bag of tricks.
Yeah, it is. That's I thought I got in there too shallow and was gonna have another early night.
Race 1 a lot different to race 2. The obviously the amount of cautions we had in race 1 was certainly frustrating, not only from a driver but also from an admin point of view. But race 2 we had a few less cars, but and a few less cautions as well.
Yeah, I mean that's typical Williams Grove. Every time we come here, you're either going to have a whole lot of yellows or you're going to have a lot of long green flag runs. It's either or. There's nothing in between. I mean, you watch any other races with within our league or outside, it's the same way. It's just Williams Grove.
All right. Well, I believe you may still have the points lead after the 11th week of the series next week. I'm not sure where we head to. I'm sure you'll be able to let us know where we're going on that one.
Yeah, I should still have it. The drops have started coming in since that first race ended on time. I was able to get the results posted, and my lead dropped down to 32. But after this one, it may go back up a little bit, or it may get a little bit tighter. But who knows? But we're at Lanier next week. All three, the midgets, 360, 410s are at Lanier. Rallycross, the oddball, they're gonna finish off at Phoenix next week.
All right, man. Well done on our third place, and I'm sure you got some sponsors and some people you want to thank.
Yeah, thanks. I want to give a shout out to Blue Sphere, coming on, sponsoring the 360s, 410s for next season. Keeping the broadcast going, and going to add the broadcast for the 360s. And you, Brett, Ultimate Dirt TV. Looking forward to next season. Hopefully, everything works out on your end, and you can do the full 12 weeks. Dirty Old Bastards as always, and DTB. We all kind of struggled tonight, but I think we wound up here in race 2 decent off with Tyler and Allen. I think Tyler had some problems on that last lap, but other than that, it's okay kind of night.
Oh man, well, good job on the third, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, man. See you.
There we have it. Chris Roberts comes away with the third. Jason Brown, not in Discord, nor is Kyle Scott, so we ain't going to get to have a chance to chat with those two drivers. But that will conclude the penultimate week of the Dirty Old Bastards 410 World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series here at Williams Grove. Race number 1 goes to Jason Brown. Race number 2 goes to Kyle Scott. And that'll conclude everything here from us and Ultimate Dirt TV. So next week, as Chris said, we're going to head to Lanier to wrap up the season finale, and it'll be broadcasted live here on Ultimate Dirt TV YouTube channel. So if you want to be notified when we go live, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. And that'll be all on behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of the Dirty Old Bastards. We say thank you for watching. Thanks for racing for the guys that raced over the 2 races. Congratulations to Kyle Scott and Jason Brown, our race winners. My name's Brett Wheeler. It's take care, and we'll see you next week at Lanier.